What's good, superstars? Back with another digital collecting video. You got Superstar Joe. You got Superstar Bones B back in the house. How's it going, Bones?
Good. How are you? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh whoa.
Man, I've been practicing. Okay, I've been hot. You've been on a little bit of a break here. I don't know if you got your timing down right. I don't know if you got your timing down. You just got to come every single day. People have been asking for you every single day.
Yeah, I'm a little rusty, and I did eat 2 pieces of cake today, so I'm a little slow. I'll tell you that right now.
That'll do it. You're holding in those calories, guys. If you are new here, do not forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post about digital collectibles, which is every single day. Also, you can become a superstar VIP, $2.99 a month. Hit the join button underneath the video. Get one of these stars next to your name. Tomorrow is the snapshot for the end of the month. I'm gonna wait for Rob to come back from vacation to do the raffle, the giveaway, which will be like the 3rd of October. I just know that he has so much fun giving away the prizes and seeing who wins. And he also puts together the spreadsheet. So it would only be right to wait for him to do that. But I might do the O Millionaire advancement round 2, at least the announcement of round 2 on my own. So we'll figure that out, but I'll let you guys know. But yeah, snapshot's still happening tomorrow. Whoever's in is in. Number of stars, everything, that's tomorrow, end of the month. You can follow us on X, follow us on Instagram, Discord. If you want to enter into the SUP, you need to be in the Discord. If you're a VIP member, if you mint with our link for Cryptoys, that's in the top of every description. We are ambassadors for Cryptoys. You'll get entries into the SUP. Also, if you buy any merch, that link is also in the description. Let us know in the Discord under that Superstar Utility Program channel, and then we'll make sure that we credit you for what you are due. If you do not win this month, don't worry. Half of your stars will be moved on to the following month. Who wants to be a millionaire? You have 2 days. Someone entered today. So we are at 38. Okay. So they're straggling in there. I don't think we're going to get to the 50. So congratulations to whoever's already entered. You guys have even better odds than you thought. I mean, 10 people, 11 people have already auto disqualified themselves out of round 2. So round 2, we might have to figure out a way to shrink it up even more. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what happens, but we do know that we have the most active Starboy holders in round 1. If you haven't, today and tomorrow, the last chance. If you have a Starboy, verify you're a Starboy holder in the Discord by connecting your wallet or connecting a wallet that holds a Starboy. Then you take a picture or Photoshop a picture or do something with a landmark, a stadium, or something prominent in your city. Let us know about it. Post the photo in the private Starboys NFT chat that will only pop up. That chat will only exist once you connect your wallet that verifies you have a Starboy, and tell us about where you're posting. First 50 in by the end of the month or less will be on to round 2. It was funny because the one that someone posted today was a landmark cinema, and they went literal with point number B there. So, I mean, you can't blame them.
No, it works. Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. I'm good. I'm good. Very good. I'm actually excited for the O Millionaire next round to see what you have in store for us. So,
no, I'm excited to announce it, and I think it'll be fun for everybody. We have to remember we're giving away 1 million OMI. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
That's your hint, everybody, for round 2. Okay, so let's pull up the news here. There we go. Yesterday and the day before, did a couple videos on the VeVe and Funko collab. Yesterday's video was myself. Day before was Rob. So you got to hear both of our takes. I'm a really big Funko collector. Like I'm newer to it, but I'm very like obsessed at the moment. Bones knows. I saw him at Fan Expo. All we were doing is hanging out Funko booths. I said all I want to do is go to the Funko booths.
Yeah.
And there's a reason. There's something about them that just makes you want to collect. So I mean, I spoke a lot about it and the truth about the collaboration that the way I see it, the way that I see that they can utilize, VeVe could utilize this partnership, and how it benefits them, and maybe how it might benefit Funko as well. The one thing I didn't talk about yesterday that I kind of mentioned off camera to Bones here is that I feel like the way they're doing this drop where you have to buy the physical and then you get a digital, I feel like almost might, for future drops, might work better because of the way that the Funko collectors are. And this is the way that they do it on Wax, is you buy into the digital to redeem for physical. Because a lot of people make great points. Like you can't open that. So a lot of people won't open the box to get the code to redeem to go onto VeVe and check it out. Why not make it so you have to go onto VeVe to check it out before you can get the physical? Because the physical is the chase for, like, you're going into a physical collecting market. Those people want physicals. Why not introduce them to the digital before they even get a chance to look at the physical? And then when they go and they do whatever they got to do on VeVe, they have the app already. They have a chance to explore it, look around, and then do what they got to do to redeem the physical. What do you think, Bones?
So it's a good idea. It's a good idea to bring new users, actual new users into the space.
Yeah.
The Funko community is massive. I'm a huge Funko person. I've been into Funko for many years, even before I found out about VeVe. And now I stopped with the Funko and the physical because of the digital. But now over the past little bit, I'm back into it. I'm back into it, and I just can't stop because it just pulls you back in. I just love those Funkos. They have every IP. It's a massive community, and I think it's a great idea to bring people into the app. You have to buy a digital, and then you have to redeem. You can redeem. If you buy the digital on VeVe, you can redeem a Funko. I think that'll bring people into the app, and I think it'll be a good awareness too for this first drop, is that the Funko community, they have to see that if they redeem their digital on VeVe, they could trade it. They could sell it. You know what I mean? It's not worthless. It's not a worthless digital for them to just go into the VeVe app. Hopefully people that find out and just don't even know about VeVe, they buy this Iron Man, they see the code, they go into VeVe, they explore it, and then they tell their friends about it. And they're like, oh, wow, I can make money off this thing. Oh, wow, I can trade this thing. I can do things in the VeVe-verse when it comes. So yeah, both sides are good, but that's a great point, Joe. Yes, I like it.
Yeah, I just think they're trained already. They've done it before. They're used to, like, we know the redemption is a thing that is possible with Funko. I mean, they've done it on the digital side already, where you can do it through the Wax platform. So I think a mix is good because you want to obviously benefit both platforms. You want to bring people into VeVe. You also want to bring VeVe people collecting Funko, which I think this first promo is kind of benefiting Funko more than it would VeVe at this point, because these $150 statues, I'm sure there's a market for it, but I think the VeVe fan will help them sell out much quicker than maybe they would have.
I just think it's so new right now because a lot of projects have done it. HRO has done it. If you go into the movies, you get HRO cards. If you go, to the HRO cards. And what was the other one?
Well, VeVe's done it where you can go to the movies and
go to the movies as well. Yeah, VeVe's done it as well.
Yep.
How many times will people don't even know about VeVe? They'll just throw those things in the ground.
Exactly. Right? That's why I'm saying, if you make them, because their main interest, you want to switch their interest. You want to switch their interest from physical to digital, but in order to do that, they have to experience the digital. If they're not even doing that and they're not opening the app because they got their taste, they got their physical, this Iron Man doesn't exist. To them, that might be good enough. I got this 18-inch Iron Man that never existed. There was never one this size before. That might be good enough. This extra perk might not matter to them. I mean, and if their main focus is collecting physical, why not force them to collect digital, and then maybe they fall in love with it, right?
It's true. And Backhouse, that's what I'm going to say. Backhouse have done it where they got a poster, the Batman poster. I'm sure people that got, I think it was an email, they didn't redeem those. No. But I know some people that did redeem it. They went in the market like, oh, I could sell it for something. So yeah, it's funny because they'll drop on the ground and then like the Web3 people will just try and scoop it back. So it's us just claiming it, I mean. Not new people.
We got to educate. We got to definitely educate. Today, they had the Mogul Grin drop on VeVe. I mean, if anyone's going to the NYCC, this was I guess a must go for drop to try and get into the after party or whatever, or the pre-party. Yeah. I don't know what day it's on, but it looks like Echo over here ended up getting the Secret Rare with the Juju. I know Bob Sales also got that Juju for the Secret Rare. So congrats to you guys. And this drop did sell out. So definitely they've done enough to promote it and give it enough utility for holding, which is kind of hand in hand with the video, right?
And you did have to mint it in order to get that ticket, not buy it secondary.
Okay. So there you go. So you had to mint it. So holding didn't matter. This is pretty big news. I mean, we got Nickelodeon making a reappearance in the Web3 space. We know that they were on Recur prior to them shutting their doors, but it looks like they have not given up on it and that they have shared their IP now with Quid. We do not know if it is going to be mintables. We don't know. I haven't seen any more details on that. If it's going to be figurines, if it's going to be stickers. So we're keeping a pulse on it just to see what they come out with, because Quid has in the recent past, I mean, even with Dark Crystal, had some pretty clean looking 3D AR collectibles that are mintable. I'm really, really hoping that this is something we see from the SpongeBob line that they've been teasing for a little bit here now.
They were mintable. You can bring them into the metaverse, into spatial. This right
And
here was this sandbox. Yeah, this is here was super cool because they had the they had an event in the app where on the actual news, you go into the comments of the news that they posted, and they had trivia. They give over $5,000 in prizes, so credits and free packs for answering a trivia question. So they did a whole event in the app, which was super cool. And they're going to do more, I believe. So we hope that it's going to be a 3D digital asset and not like a 2D kind of like sticker thing. But time will tell. So we'll see what they do with it.
I was in there for a bit too, just checking out, because before they revealed this, there was like a contest to say like, what do you think the IP is, and then if the first X amount of people to guess would get like cash rewards, or not, I guess quid bucks or whatever the heck you call it.
Yeah, they got like 1,000.
But it was super clean, like the way that the chat was just moving along, and you can still look at what you're reading, and I'm just on the side panel. I was doing on the PC, so I enjoyed it. I think that they got a nice mechanic there for sure.
Yep, it was super smooth. They like the first person won like $1,000 in like quid primary credits, and then there's like $500, and then I thought it was a Simpsons at first.
So
I thought it was a Simpsons, but then it was SpongeBob. So I ended up getting the free pack. I was one of the 50 at the end to get the free pack. I looked for your name, Joe. You weren't there, unfortunately. Sorry.
I never put SpongeBob. So
you did it.
No, I never guessed it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I guessed Family Guy. I think was my second guess.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I only made a couple guesses. It's okay. So Comics and Crypto putting out the venue for the VeVe by Funko event, looking pretty clean. Apparently it's the top 10 best nightclub lounge in New York. I wonder if anyone's going to be able to hear anybody if it's in a nightclub. I mean, it looks really nice though. Looks very nice. It looks like it could be very limited. So I mean, having the mogul grin could matter. I know that they've delivered the passes to the people for the gold and silver logo, and apparently next week Alex said that they will be delivering for the mogul grin minters.
Cool. Very cool.
Here's Bob Sale talking about his Juju. He got 141. Actually, he did a live stream. I was in there just playing around with him, talking in the messages. But live, he ended up getting the 141 Seeker Rare. So congrats to you, and thank you for streaming the drop, Bob.
Yep, congrats. I was there for a little bit too. Always good fun with Bob Sales.
Speaking of good fun with Bob Sales, I don't know if you were able to check this one out, but
yeah, I saw it.
He is an amazing singer. Go check it out. I'm not going to put him on blast on the video, but I want you all to go check out this post and listen to it because it made my day. Like he's honestly, he makes the best of every situation, and he's got pipes. He has pipes. Go listen to him sing.
Great guy in the community. Subscribe to Bob Sales for sure. Agreed.
Delco Dude. So this is also in response to Bob Sales' singing. He says, if this isn't the first audio track dropped, I'm going to feel some sort of way, David. So David, if you're watching, please go check out Bob Sales' song and see how you can make it in the VeVeverse, the first track. So Delco Dude is satisfied.
Too funny.
Speaking of creator or community created content, we got Pudding Cheeks doubling down on his shorts that are like that mixture with that girl who does the car stuff. I mean, hilarious. So this one he did the fjord, as he likes to call it. So funny.
Too funny.
Go check that out. This is insane. All right.
Yep.
I might actually put the sound on for this, but I think I get copyright strike. So I'm gonna show this though. Anyway, this is the McFarlane showroom. I'm gonna start from the beginning. This is what Richard is playing with, okay? This is what Richard's playing with. You can't even tell, but he did end up getting one of the dragons that spits fire, one of the recent drops here, right? So very cool. The quality is obviously incredible in the McFarlane stuff, but now he puts himself in the proper spot, and you've got the dragon sitting on Daenerys's shoulders. Sitting on the shoulders.
Applause. Dude, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know how he does it. It is insane. I am so happy he won a Cryptoys on the unboxing stream. I'm so happy he won it because he deserves that and much more for all the hard work he does here. It's insane.
Look at this. He's got the dragon sitting on her shoulders.
It's insane. It's crazy.
It's incredible. Look at the depth. He's got depth in the face, and this is made out of shards of whatever.
And it's not like a cartoon. Like this is like an actual real person that he's making these. I can't comprehend how he does this. I don't
Holy
get
for
it.
Jolie.
No.
What a
Yes.
Richard, I mean, you're killing it, man. You are absolutely killing it. Keep doing what you do.
Yeah.
Speaking of doing what you do, Crypto Viking is still going hard trying to complete the set for the Yoda. He is on episode 11. Go check out what he gets, but loving the series. Keep it coming.
Yep, love it.
And if you are looking to buy some Cryptoys, there's the link at the top of our X. We get some kickback, but if you're going to buy one anyway, use the link, get some stars entered into the SUP program. Bones, let's talk about the topic of the video. Let's talk about holding your NFTs to make some money or make some royalties or make some kind of rewards. We've been seeing a little bit of it, and this is kind of sparked by the Pudgy Penguin stuff. I don't know if people know, because we were so excited that day we didn't really talk about it. I'm gonna pull it up quickly here, but the Pudgy Penguins dropped. Well, like when they announced that they were partnering with Walmart, one of the things about this partnership was that the likeness, like if you have the NFT that is the likeness of one of the stuffed animals or whatever, and you got to believe that they're probably going to have more and more variants and more releases if this is successful, right? If your NFT or your PFP is the likeness of one of these stuffed animals or one of these vinyl figures, you are going to be getting royalties for that, for any sales, I guess, to Walmart. Once they sell their shipment to Walmart, I would assume that's when they send the royalty, because I think it's almost impossible to track individual sales at Walmart. But regardless, like that's some pretty crazy utility for just holding a picture, right?
And we always talk about utility, and this is a big utility, and a lot of other projects have this type of utility. And we always say utility probably will trump all in regards to NFTs. Now, not all the time, but I think it's going to be a big factor in the value of NFTs going forward. There's arguments on both sides, but this royalties is a massive utility.
Yeah, I mean, think about it like this. Think about this is I could see this being the thing that makes the masses, or makes like the average person wonder about the space.
Yes.
Because Bones goes to his friend's birthday party and it says, "How's things going, Bones? I just quit my job." How'd you do that, Bones? What are you doing? Oh, my Pudgy Penguin's making me 10K or 30K a week on sales from Walmart, and I just have to hold it. And they say, "What do you mean you just have to hold it?" Well, like this project, I have this picture that they made stuffed animals out of, and because I own it and I own the likeness, now I'm making royalties on it. So that's, we don't know the value, the dollar value, just an example of like what could happen down the line in the future if this takes off, if it's big. Like, this is why it's such a big deal. The cool part is the owner of the Pudgy Penguins right now, Luca Nets, they bought the project and they've developed it to this point. He put out a little documentary video. I think it's like there's a 10-minute video somewhere if you click the YouTube video. Just a little trailer, but pretty cool. He's showing the background, the behind the scenes, and just like his emotion of how he went, of going through it and what it was. So definitely go check that out. And shout out to Luca for pioneering the space. And he says that a bunch in that. Like I just watched the beginning of it, but he says it a bunch in there. Like, we're pioneering the space. If we don't do it, who's gonna do it? He says, and I love it. I love that he's looking at it like he's a pioneer, and that's exactly what we want to see from these project leads. And I mean, you're breaking barriers. Barriers are being broken down. Walmart is now open to this. They might be open to another project if they have a good idea. It's just it's showing that they are willing to do something like this, and they're just bringing unique utility that we haven't seen before.
For sure. And there has been other projects too that I just recall, like in regards, I know artists, in regards to in the music industry, they have released songs or albums and made them as NFTs, and whoever held that NFTs, the sales, they got royalties from it. So it's happened before, right? In the same kind of thing, where actual artists have done this. And other projects holding an NFT might not get you royalties right now, but it gives you benefits, good utilities. There's so many projects that we're all a part of that holding an NFT or multiple NFTs are the utility.
Yeah, I mean, let's go through them. So first of all, let me show here. This is just a Yahoo Finance. Like, obviously, they made some big news waves with this deal. But the second one here, each toy provides IP royalties to the corresponding Pudgy Penguin NFT holder. So that's in black and white. We know that just holding a Pudgy Penguin NFT that is turned into one of these things, and there's 8,000 of them. I think only 26 of them have been used so far for some of these pictures. So obviously, right now, not everybody's getting that type of utility, but it gives you like proof of concept, right? This is something that could happen. It could be something that happens in a different project. I think that is like, that's the level up. That's like the top of the top. If you're able to get into any kind of royalty program where they're doing all the work and you just have to hold the thing, I feel like that's kind of like you hit the jackpot if that's the case. But especially if you like, imagine you get the one PFP and that everybody likes that stuffed animal. Like then you're that's the one that keeps getting reordered. Like you could be set. You could win the lottery in that regard, right?
I know. I wonder how they pick the first 26 of these. Of the
probably all their friends and family. Who knows?
Yeah, and then I think in the Discord they were saying there might be like some sort of submit form for like the next round. Possibly they were saying because people. So you never know.
They do competitions though. Like think about it. You do competitions to get in, and you got to like, who wants to be a millionaire? Who wants to be a Pudgy Penguin Walmart person?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's super cool. And then you can think of the other projects that we're in, right? That I'm in. Let's talk about Elmon X. They actually did an airdrop today. They did an airdrop today of if you hold the the Tutankhamun mask, they promised you airdrops of other artifacts and whitelists for future drops. So the second airdrop came and it was a really cool artifact. The first airdrop was an actual metaverse that you could actually go inside an Egyptian pyramid and place. It's kind of like a spatial metaverse. So those are two. And then there's going to be more stuff coming just from holding that mask, right? Yeah. So you could buy, you could sell, you could trade. These are just NFTs that are put in your wallet that have value that you can do whatever you want with, right? So just from holding. If you want to sell it, you can sell it and just collect ETH or do whatever you want with. So that's a utility. That's a big utility right there. And that was one of the main factors why the mask held the value, not just because of what it was, but because the utility that it's going to yield in the future.
Yeah, and I mean, we've seen this with a bunch of projects, like you mentioned. Another one, shout out to Double Quill, brought it up in the comments, and she's right, is that HRO has been in Walmart. They've been in Targets, they've been in GameStop, they've been wherever for you to go pick up the cards. I think a little bit of a different situation because they did have that licensed IP backing, which is DC, and obviously with that comes some comfortability with some of these retailers. So I think that regardless, they still dabbled in the technology. Not that they necessarily understand it at that point, I feel like. But when you talk about utility, HRO is also doing that because if you're holding packs or if you're on the leaderboard, you're trying to get through that leaderboard, you are getting free packs essentially, right? There's some things that you qualify for depending on where you are in that leaderboard. I know you can speak more to it because you are more active there, but.
If you're in the leaderboard, you get a lot of good things in the top leaderboard. You get packs, you get cards, you get so much good stuff. And again, you do not have to be in the top leaderboard just from holding sometimes common cards. A common Wonder Woman got you packs. Holding Superman gets you packs. So it's holding certain sets. HRO is one of those projects that you want to collect because you like trading cards already. Yeah. So you're collecting it and you're doing it, but they reward their holders more than most projects that I've seen. And that's a massive utility for just collecting something that you would have already collected because trading cards is a great barrier into Web3 because I could go on the shelf, look at DC, Superman, Batman, look at all these trading cards and buy it anyways. That's one of those ones I would buy. And then I would be like, kind of like the Overpower cards. Remember Overpower cards back in the day? I bought packs of those. Those are just trading cards. I didn't even play the game. I just like the art on it. This one, you have the art, you look at it, there's a QR code, you can put it in the app, you could trade it, you could sell it, or you can hold it. And even if you put it in, you hold it, you still get stuff and you wouldn't even know. It just airdropped right to your account. So huge utility in
like HRO, they've kind of broken down that wall that VeVe is going to have issues with Funko, where like Funko, there's no incentive to open the box, it doesn't seem. If you are a physical collector, HRO, the whole point is crack open the packs, and then like bring that into the app as it's like an incentive just because the QR code is on the actual card. Like they're trying to be like, look, use the digital app, do this. Like it's everywhere. It's in your face kind of thing. With Funko, we're yet to see. We don't know for sure. Maybe they're going to have something on the box that says like, go to VeVe and do this. We gotta judge it when it comes out. But HRO, I think, yeah, you're right. They did a great job with the utility. The first one that comes to mind in our space that everyone's aware of, or most people are aware of, is the back cowl. I think that's like the first one that people have learned if you hold this, you're going to get something. You're going to get some utility. Like that's kind of the underlying force. It was pumped up like that when they were selling them, that there would be that. But no, it wasn't really like common that you would get things for holding things in the space at that time. Like obviously it was still developing when Bat Cows first dropped. But now, I mean, people know like, okay, if I hold this Bat Cow, I might get early access to this. I might, and early on they were dropping NFTs for it. I think they've kind of steered away from that roadmap. I don't know if they're going to bring it back, but it was like pretty much the crown jewel of the platform. You hold this, you're going to get something. It's proving again that utility is something that people cater. And if you look at the bear market, I mean, you look at the bear market from when Bat Cows dropped, this thing is still like at retail or higher at this point. And everything else is down 70 to 80%, right? Or more.
Yeah. And the Bat Cows though have held strong, even though they're pretty much at mint price right now. They haven't gone under. Like they've gone a few times, but not for long. They've always popped back up. So they have held their value more so than most NFTs in this space. Massive value, massive utility for Bat Cows. We got so many NFTs, the overdrive discs we got from that event from before Bat Cows. Comics we were airdropped. We could vote on a comic that the community made. Amazing. We've molded and shaped the first digital comic. It's not even a physical yet. So I think that is gonna be something special. Let alone, to be honest, I can't take advantage of this because I'm not in US, but the utility of going to previews like The Flash and Batman movies first before the public is a massive utility. And I feel like if they said that the Bat Cowl would have that type of utility before it actually minted, it would be more eyes onto it saying you can get into previews before the public goes into for the movies. It's a great utility. They have real world events that they go to as well, I believe in New York. So massive utilities for just holding the Bat Cowl. Massive.
No, I mean, that's the whole thing. And I mean, the fact that it hasn't really dropped in value substantially compared to others. Obviously, I think it's been as high as like 800 floor or something like that, right?
Well, and that's the floor too. Yeah. So there's ones with that cool mods that are thousands, sell for thousands. If you're lucky enough to get ones with the rare mods and the rare colors and the rare traits, you could have sold that for thousands. You still can. So massive value with the Bat Cowls.
The fact that it's at listed and this time, after this much time, this is what proves to me that utility is what's going to govern the future. It's going to tell you what will survive and make it through into the next level of whatever we're collecting here, because it shows that people value this. They don't want to sell it for less than they paid. They actually like being rewarded for holding. Now let's get a little bit more into some of the digital collecting apps where there's a little bit more figures or characters. So McFarlane, we just talked about Bat Cows, how there's some early access for them. I think McFarlane's kind of taken this kind of approach. If you hold some of their utility, some of their things, there's kind of a two-pronged sword here. You get the early access to drops if you hold some of their stuff. So like it makes you not want to sell things because you don't know if you're going to need it to get into the next drop, but especially when there's super scarce drops that people might want. For example, holding the Blue Beetle got you that, was it Superman or the Batmobile? I can't remember. One of them, just for holding something
Superman?
That maybe
was it Superman? Yeah, I think Superman.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people want to run to get one, but holding it would have been the best bet because you wouldn't have had to pay a more of a price. So McFarlane's dabbling in the holding thing utility. Also, they have a leaderboard that the XP system is in, and obviously where you rank on that also helps you with allow lists.
Yeah, to be honest, right now in this bear market, those McFarlane NFTs are really cool. The quality is amazing. Yeah. But if there wasn't an XP system and a leaderboard in place for holding that stuff, and if we didn't get allow lists for holding those NFTs, they would be a lot lower than they are right now. And they are low, and they're lower than, you know what I mean, than I would ever think they would be. Kind of, sort of, the market's, different. It's kind of, interesting, but they would be a lot lower if there wasn't those utilities for holding, because you never know what collectible you have right now that'll get you the next best thing, right?
I want to know though, like how long they can do this where the only utility is allow list. I mean, if your only a utility is going to allow you to buy another drop early, I don't know if that's enough. I feel like you have to bring more to whatever you're doing, and I think we're going to learn that here soon as interest maybe dies off in certain areas, and you need the cream of the crop to rise to the top. So
Agreed. And that goes to back owls too, because the back owls, we have early access for comics.
Yeah.
There's not an endless supply of Grail comics. You know what I mean? So once all those Grail comics drop, does that mean that the back owls are going to go under mint because there's no more Grail comics for people to say, oh, I'm going to hold this back owl because I want to get the early access?
No,
right?
Exactly.
So there has to be more. There has to be more for sure.
Yeah. Exactly. And I think everyone in this space, they want to make money. That's why the Pudgy Penguins, the way that they're doing this is like so genius. I don't think people understand that either. It's like you have an opportunity and they could run competitions to get you into the retailers that, man, like it's just, it's wild. But anyway, let's talk about the other two, the two we cover the most on this channel. We thought VeVe, we got Cryptoys, who kind of are doing the least when it comes to utility for holding their collectibles. Obviously right now Cryptoys doesn't even have a market, so you can't sell even if you wanted to, so you have to hold, and the only thing right now that you can get from holding is if you complete a full set, which is kind of difficult to do, so you should be rewarded pretty decently if you are able to do that accomplishment, because not too many people will be able to do that, and you are going to get your Yoda or your Sorcerer Mickey, whatever. That should be pretty scarce. I guess that is the only utility. And right now, obviously, they're early phase. They still got to develop their games out and their app. They don't have their phone app yet, so really early at Cryptoys. But I mean, I think regardless, their whole platform is going to be built around utility once they have their roadmap kind of moving and coming along here. So giving them a little bit more time to figure it out. VeVe, on the other hand, I think they've had the time now. I think that once VeVeverse comes out, there's got to be some stuff to do there. I think and maybe allowing real world utility like we're seeing from these other projects that we just mentioned is a great thing. We do know that VeVe has done some types of utility for holding things, and it's been random. It's been sporadic. So I don't know that it's been enough that people are incentivized to hold things, because obviously things are dropping in the market like crazy in price. I think there needs to be more incentive for people to hold, and I think that's been a conversation that's been in the community for a long time. People are frustrated. MCP is supposed to do that, right? You hold, you get your MCP points, and then you get access to other drops. Now, but then we're back in that cycle of what we just mentioned about McFarlane. Is that enough? Like, is that what we want, or do we need more type of utility that will bring in the users outside of here? And I don't know. I got a final notes to say, but I want to hear from you, Bones, before we get to that about our two main projects.
Right now you have no choice but to hold Cryptoys, right?
Yeah.
But they're setting the whole company, the whole project up for utility. And I'm telling you right now, those little on the collector's map, there's the titles.
Yeah.
It's not just the tiers you're going to get, but it's individual unique items and characters are going to give you certain utilities and rewards, not just holding a full tier. So that's something else too, as well as the Ultra Grail Club. That's a massive utility. And I'll tell you right now,
physical deliveries,
most likely the Ultra Grails are going to be the most valuable, right? But when trading comes and when the market comes, I have one Ultra Grail, I'm not going to sell it because of the utility, because of the Ultra Grail Club, the games, the Cryptoys classics. You can go into the beta testing of the games. You can bridge it over. You're going to get a limited edition cube. Once the ZooFOs sell out, all 30K, and you bridge it over to the Flow blockchain, you are getting a limited edition cube, special cube, on top of all the other perks. You're going to go with the statometer. You're going to put it in your pocket. It's going to upgrade and do everything to all the other characters. There's so much. It's a utility-based project. So Cryptoys, I love it. That's why I'm so excited for it. Utility is insane. With VeVe, right now, we're collecting amazing IP. These collectibles are so cool, and I love the way they look. And the VeVeverse is coming hopefully in the near future, and it's going to add that utility. I hope so. With the MCP program, the point's not doing nothing right now. But once there should be something, when they get the ball rolling, yes, it will add to the value of the collectibles, but will it be enough? It just has to all be work together with the VeVeverse, with the MCP program. But again, the collectibles are cool, but again, utility. It's about utility. And there will be collectibles that utility might not matter because a collectible is just that cool. But all in all, we always talk about utility.
I think the winners are going to be the ones that are attractive to the masses. The reason VeVe was so attractive when we first jumped in here was because you can buy something for $60 and you could sell it for 500 the next day. Like that was happening. That was a regular occurrence on VeVe. That's a big reason why Rob and I joined the app. It was a big reason why I think a lot of people joined the app. They saw opportunity that they didn't see anywhere before. To buy something now, and I'm not a toy collector. I'm not going to I collect Funko because it's like something that resonates with me, and I think there will be those people in the digital space that will just buy to hold or buy to collect. I think that obviously VeVe has all the IP. I think they'll be fine. I just think that for utility and bringing things to the customer, and if you really want to make that splash in mainstream media, you want people to talk like I said, imagine that conversation if Bones tells his buddies, I quit my job because I'm holding a picture. Imagine you can say I quit my job because I'm holding a Spider-Man. Like that's even way cooler. Like just to say like I'm just something like that type of utility where you can have recurring royalty based type of thing. I don't know how they would do it. I mean, I guess maybe it's something that's a little bit more difficult to figure out when you have licenses involved. But yeah, VeVeverse with MCP and maybe act token gating areas that have games that are like really sought after. It's just utility. I think the end of this video, we're just basically coming to is that utility is going to be king, and we're just seeing all kinds of different utility from all the different projects, and people are going to pick what they love. And I think that there's just been barriers broken down everywhere from each and every project, and that's why they're still around and they're still successful. I mean, just putting out something just because of the IP, it's no longer enough. You need to have some other layer that keeps it going.
People either want to make money with their NFTs or have fun with their NFTs, or both.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect summary.
Yeah,
guys. So I mean, let us know in the comments, what do you think about utility? Obviously, we've been speaking about this since like day one on the channel. We need to see some utility. Obviously, MCP for VeVe. Hopefully that opens up a lot more doors for them. They can utilize it in different ways, like allow lists, but also maybe VeVeverse things, or maybe even real world things. We don't know. Maybe you can spend your MCP points on real world. They can always pivot. They've pivoted a million times. They've done a circle at this point. Now they can turn around and go the other way. Who knows what they're going to do? But I mean, having all the projects around is definitely a huge benefit for them and for everybody else, because they can all see and copy each other's notes and get to the finish line together. And that's the cool part about this space. So guys, if you haven't already, make sure you follow Bones. Go follow him on Twitter. And also, don't forget, become a superstar. Smash the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell notification so you know whenever we post our next video, which will be tomorrow. Make sure you're a VIP. If you are a VIP member, you let us know. What we're going to make sure that you get all the stars you need for the end of month giveaways. And also, we got the Star Boys. Don't forget, if you have a Star Boy, go verify the thing. There's only like 11, 12 spots left. And if you don't verify, those are the only people who have a chance at 1 million OMI. But we got lots more planned for the Star Boys. Utility is king. We don't forget that even for our own project. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. I love you.
Bye.
Bye.